Israel Premier Tech goes dark, and we were very excited by the e-cycling, e-world, e-championships. E-xcited?
You were supposed to say e-xcited,
E-xcited?
but it's fine.
I
Let's
screwed it
get
up.
on
Let's get to it. Welcome to the show, Johnny Long. See,
Hello.
if you write the thing, I can't read the thing correctly. That's the problem.
This
right?
is the problem the world over. You know, writers write their words, but then if someone else is saying it, you don't
You
have
have to
control.
know the words.
Yeah.
It would help if I read it prior to reading it on
Yeah.
air. You know, like that would be so it's not just brand new to me.
Yeah.
The second I read it. Also joining us, Kit Nicholson. Welcome back, Kit.
Hello.
For the YouTube audience out there, I just feel like we look great today.
Yeah.
Yeah, the light's great. I hope we sound
Right.
great for those not watching on YouTube.
I don't feel great.
No,
Well, I almost
spent,
came in a dressing gown today, so
I spent the weekend in the subtropical paradise, which I'll maybe talk about more in After Dark. If we run out of other things.
We could do a PJs episode, Kit. Right?
I mean, it was more just as an extra layer, to be honest.
Is it cold there?
Yes.
Yeah, it's starting to get cold there.
Verbal meme. Wearing PJs not in bed, and it's the shaking hands one. Half is special spin cycle episode, and the other half is the swimming lesson as a child, where you have to jump in your
my
PJs
goodness.
and go and
I
grab
think
a
that's
brick.
the last time I actually wore a PJ set.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Did you never do this?
No. But save it for after dark.
Okay.
Put a note in because I will
will.
forget what on earth
Childhood
you just
trauma
said.
for every British child.
No, we didn't do this.
Okay.
We didn't do this. All right, let's get to the actual show. So, we're gonna kick off with Ralph Denk's Sausage Mountain Fiefdom, and the outright rejection of Ralph Denk's Sausage Mountain Fiefdom by the Amory Sport organization over the weekend. This was it in Dernière Heure? Where was the original source of this particular information? Anyway, ASO came out and rejected paid ticketing. They were specifically talking about Alpe d'Huez. I mean, obviously, we've got 2 Alpe d'Huez stages coming up this summer. There's discussion. I wouldn't say ASO ever had any discussion. Like, they've never really engaged with this before, but there was discussion around the sport of like, oh, there's 80,000 people. I don't know how many people go up Alpe d'Huez, but there's thousands and thousands of people that go up to Alpe d'Huez. If you charged $5 for what did Ralph Denk say? A sausage and a ticket up, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Then
Very
you'd
German of him.
make a bunch of money, and you could split it amongst the teams, and the riders would maybe make more money, and that'd be another revenue source. Anyway, ASO has soundly rejected this idea, right?
Yeah. Pork prohibition from ASO. It was actually more recently. It was Jérôme Pinault, the former team manager of B&B Hotels, which then became. Well, no, didn't even become Arcare B&B Hotels, just the money switched over. So really, if we're being harsh, we shouldn't maybe be listening to Jérôme Pinault about the economics of cycling when his team bit the dust. Not to say you can't have an opinion on things. I've never been near a cycling team. But he was saying, close the last 5 kilometres, privatise it, charge an entrance fee, host more VIPs than you could even fathom. But first of all, we had David Lepartien, UCI president, telling West France that you can't make people pay to watch the tour. You'll face enormous resistance, he said. Just look at what happens when you tinker with the pension system.
Oh, wow.
Talking about how in France, whenever they try and raise it above, 37 or whatever it is, that people riot in the streets. Which I think is valid. I think they probably would face some protest from people just trying to head up there anyway.
It works for the Flanders Classics. I mean, obviously it's not everyone, but there are key areas that are, privatised, aren't they? VIP tents, and it's part of the reason that they are so successful as an organisation. And yeah, there are flaws, and it's annoying for a lot of people, especially when you see they're, I don't know, not really engaging perhaps with the vibes on the hills and what have you. It's kind of divides the experience, but it's keeping them going.
So concurrent to us recording this podcast, actually, there is active discussion about this topic on Escape's Discord right now, and I feel like I need to read this out. I did just ask for approval to read this out. Raphael, who is an actual Frenchman, and so sort
yes.
of more aware of the sort
Very
of French
useful.
media. Yeah, very useful.
Preeminent French listener, I believe.
Preeminent French listener. Very, very sort of aware of the French media landscape and characters and things like that. And he says media shouldn't even ask for reaction to Pinot's words on RMC. In parentheses, washed out team manager earning a living stirring shit on a radio that turns anything into scandal even when there isn't. He says, it's France. How can you imagine privatizing public space? Come on.
That is true.
Which is very true. Very true. And actually, so we've already recorded the first section of the Le Fric book club, right? But this was one of the topics that we talked about. This is going to come out right around Thanksgiving in what, a week's time, week and a half. And it is one of the things in that book one of the things that book makes very clear is that the Tour de France is an operation run very much with not only state approval but state help, and so the idea of particularly at the Tour starting to privatize those public spaces like an actual French mountain. Not only would you run up against sort of resistance from the government, which is really important for the continuation of the Tour, but probably like actual legal issues. How do you even really do that? Now that said, we've talked about this before. The Flanders Classics folks have been able to do it. They've put big tents up on the side of hills and things like that. But it is a different scenario entirely at the Tour, and the Tour is also where you would make the most money. So thank you to Raphael, preeminent French listener, for providing that content. I do think that's relevant, right? So this is Pinot shouting about something, and then another reporter forcing ASO to kind of respond, right? And that's becomes the news cycle. When in reality, it was never going to happen to begin with, for reasons that have nothing to do with, the Amories want or not wanting money, and everything to do with this relationship with the French state that would just make it absolutely impossible.
Yeah, agreed. It's just one of these ideas that seems obvious because that's how the sports work, but when you actually go to like the Tour de France on a mountain, which is huge and hard to fence off or stop people just hot footing up a mountainside, which people will do. People do crazy things in inappropriate clothing and footwear. So it probably actually caused more trouble than it would be worth.
Maybe a brief mention of how they currently do monetize mountains, because they do
sections. So basically,
they VIP sections.
It's like they're like buses, big buses that then fold upwards into creating, I guess, the close to like shipping container size spaces. Yeah, not even like you can stand right at the top in the direct sunlight, or you can sit at the bottom underneath a canopy drinking some probably slightly warm champagne.
They always have one at the exit of the Arnberg, for example, at Roubaix. Yeah. So they use them all over the place. The other thing that they do, which I think maybe we don't give enough credit for, is the merch operation. The mountainside merch operation is actually quite extensive. They've got vans that just drive the whole course, right? And they've got young, like this. It's the same crew as the caravan generally, sort of same age bracket, right? Like you're 20 years old, gonna go get baked in the sun for an entire summer.
In both ways, both understandings of that.
Dancing around in the back of these vans while strapped in and selling hats and umbrella. The umbrellas are quite a popular one on the side of the mountains because it often starts raining up there. Extra shirts, hats, they sell a ton of that stuff. So they are, like, ASO is kind of monetizing the spaces already. I would wager that they're probably getting, on average, €1 or €2 out of a large chunk of the people that are on the mountainside. So it's not like they do nothing. It's just that the actual fencing off enclosure of a space is, as Raphael says, impossible.
Yeah, cycling has been saved once again by the level-headedness of the ASO, which we thank them for. Their Tour de France race director, Christian Prudhomme, also went to Prague last week. Presumably he took a photo in front of the wings, the big angel wings, which everyone does when they go to Prague. But he was there also to receive the official bid of the Czech capital for a Tour de France Grand Depart from the 2029 onwards. So I can imagine that will be happening. I think it's far
Yeah.
enough in the
Well,
future that we will go to Prague.
Yeah, except that they do have some competition, some stiff competition from Slovenia for one, and
Yes. They might have to
Luxembourg
wait a
also.
couple of years.
So it'll probably be. I think they'll probably take it to Slovenia first for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, Pogačar doesn't race the Tour after 2028 when he's got his record and he's
Yeah, they have
But
to
that's
quickly
a very
slip that in.
Yeah, but they'll do it in 2029 to make sure he comes back.
This is a very, very, very good point.
That's what I would do.
Yeah,
There we
Prague's
go.
only 2 countries over as well. No, Czech Republic's only, or Czechia, we supposed to call it now.
Czechia?
Czechia.
Oh, well, it's
Czechia.
not. I looked this up to be sure,
Yes.
or at least somewhat more sure. It was at 2018 the EU and the European Council, like Olympic Council, basically lots of legitimate organisations changed their regulations on the reference to the Czech Republic. It's still formally the Czech Republic, but in a more
Okay.
colloquial sense. So if you say, like, you and I are British, Johnny,
Yes.
you would say, I'm from Czechia, and the Czech
Got you.
Republic is on the passport, that sort of thing.
Got you.
That's
It
what
is
my
not-
understanding, anyway.
It's not close. I just did a quick Google Maps.
Oh, no, it's not close.
It's 6.5-hour drive to Strasbourg, which would be like the closest bit of France.
Yeah.
To get back to like Geneva, the Alps, it'd be more like 10 hours.
Yeah.
So another opportunity for all of the riders to fly and us to drive for like 2 days. Great.
But yes, so that's fun. Another place to go to.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever been to Prague.
Did we decide if we're in favor or against the non-French Grand Departs?
I like them, just not every year.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
where I came down.
And I think they should have to be like near enough that it
Yeah,
doesn't sound
sensible
crazy.
distance away. Yeah,
Washington D.C.
yeah, not
Yeah,
sensible
no.
distance.
Yeah.
Although, if enough money was thrown at them,
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna do
No.
that. Seems
so yes,
unlikely.
that's our Tour de France news on today, Monday, the 17th of November.
There was a request on, I think it was Blue Sky. Somebody messaged me, and then the request was that I would stop saying, "We'll be right back."
Is that why you didn't say welcome back in the introduction?
I think I did. I think I,
I don't
did.
think you
did.
did.
I not?
No, it
Oh.
kind of caught me off guard.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say though. This is the problem, right? I'm. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. We actually do we take a little break, right? Like we stop, we maybe like chat with each other to be like, did we cover
debrief,
that
yeah.
well? What are we talking about next? That's what, like, we go off. We essentially go off air for a second,
Yeah.
and you don't hear that on the other end, right? If I'm not allowed to say, "We'll be right back," which I'm not entirely clear why that was hated so much, but maybe tweet me again and tell me why.
I find it strange as a person on a podcast because quite often we are literally right back.
I think that was
but-
the issue. Yeah.
But yeah. But I know other podcasts who say it a lot, and I know the timbre of the tone and the timbre and
it
the feel
changes,
of their
yeah.
voices, and I know and I basically just repeat. And you can also then they'll be right back without an advert, and it's quite weird. So I do kind of understand.
So I'm saying that we need something else to say.
Okay.
What should I say?
I
Toodaloo.
think you could. I don't know. This could have been an off-air discussion.
This could have happened in a break. In fact,
Yes.
The listeners out there,
They
you
can.
how about this? I'm gonna borrow something from the Football Ramble, where like Patreon members of the Football Ramble can pick what the opening line of the show is.
Oh.
So we're gonna say that Escape Collective members, one member selected at random, probably from Discord, so we can actually get a hold of you, gets to select whatever I say as we
Yeah.
head off to a break, and it doesn't have to make any sense at all.
you should ask the original or the OP, as they say. You should ask the person who asked this question of you. They can have first
Yes.
dibs.
Well, let's take a quick break. Think about
Stuart-
what we've done.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'll use it for the next break.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
we'll be right back. Oh wow, we're back. That was fast.
Yeah, we've got the hairdryer treatment from Kaylee there in the changing room at halftime.
Should we? Are we going? We kind of skipped Kit's cynical off-season symposium.
Oh yeah, let's. Do
Skip it.
you want to go, Kit?
No, we're
Do you
not
wanna go
skipping it. This is my favorite part of the show.
Oh, it's there. I
Yeah, it's right there.
I
Sorry, I
completely
moved it
misread
around.
where we were in the in the run sheet.
a new recurring segment
Yeah.
of the Spin Cycle podcast, invented no more than 6 minutes prior to the start of this episode. Kit's cynical off-season symposium. Kit, what do you got for us? How are you feeling? What are you feeling cynical about this week?
Well, I mean, I quite often throw stuff at the run sheet on a Sunday evening, or more often, to be honest, a Monday morning, having been on the job all weekend, so I'm across what happens. But one of the things that that has been taking up space in the past few days is young Master Evenepoel, and a lot of it is actually interesting. Like things he said about when he's compared his new team with Soudal Quickstep, and unsurprisingly, he points out things like the performance focus and aerodynamicist Dan Bigham, and I can't remember the actual title of the other chap, but yeah, all the preparation they've already been doing, and the very clear direction that everyone on the team, which is much bigger than Soudal Quickstep, has. Anyway, so that's relevant. That's great. That's fine. Other people have then, of course, been chiming in, like the former pros and men shouting at clouds, who want Evenepoel to do what they want him to do. But to get to the point, one of the stories that I think we covered last week, towards the end of last week, was that Evenepoel has revealed 2 potential programs for 2026.
Wow.
Which is something that was another thing that is different about Red Bull, is that every single rider on the team will have their provisional program on December 31st, so that they know what they're doing in 2026. But I had a look at, I was having a read of this, and Dane did a great job of this piece. But so the 2 options are Classics and Tour, or Giro Tour double, which to me looks a bit like saying, I've decided I'm going to race my bike next year.
Here's all of the major bike races happening in 2026. I will do some combination of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one dose of cynicism that I was bringing with me into this story.
Valid,
I think, yeah,
totally valid.
I mean, I'm excited to see
quote.
what he does, and actually one of the potential races that he has said he might do, which has caused a lot of discussion, is Tour of Flanders, and he's not ever done the Tour of Flanders. He's not historically had a great relationship with cobbles, but of course he is a very good climber. Very good punchy climber, so there's no reason really to believe, unless he really cannot cope with cobbles, that he couldn't do what Pogacar does on the Ard Quaremont, for instance.
He's probably the fastest rider on the planet into the headwind from the top of the final sector to the finish line.
Yeah, so he's the best time trialer on the planet, has been for a number of years. So there's a lot to say that he should be very good at it. And similarly at Milan San Remo, and actually it could make a Pogacar Milan San Remo, it could make a Pogacar Milan San Remo more likely, even because the 2 of them going off and trading. I mean, it's still, the espresso doesn't get longer because they're there, but the 2 of them going off together, unless they just neutralise each other, which they may very well do. That's another race that you could see Evenepoel doing. So it's not complete nonsense, but just the whole kind of, he presents 2 programs to his new team. I thought, this is not really that big of a story.
Well, I mean, it's November.
Yeah,
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, this is very
wants
true.
him to ride Roubaix.
Yeah.
Johan
Museo and Evenepoel had a 2-hander interview. Was it at Last News? Some of it was. That's actually where the quotes about his about Red Bull came from. Looked like it could be quite an interesting conversation.
Can I do some mild cynicism?
Go for it.
I want to do some mild cynicism around the team swap, because he's some of the things he's saying, he's making it sound like Red Bull's just like significantly more put together, right? Which may or may not be true. I don't know. I think Quickstep is pretty successful and has been over the last couple of years. And the other thing that's worth keeping in mind here is that a lot of that sort of back end stuff is actually coming from Specialized, generally. Like they've been sent to the wind tunnel in Morgan Hill, et cetera, et cetera. And so that hasn't changed, right? He's been on the same
Well, yeah,
bikes forever.
He did specifically mention Bigham and is it Johnny Whale?
Yes.
Yeah, Johnny Whale.
As people who he's already worked fairly closely with.
Exactly. So I like not that much has changed probably on that front. Like I wouldn't expect him to get significantly faster on a time trial bike, for example.
Well, I mean,
right?
they are specifically Red Bull staff, no? Red Bull Borough Hansgrohe staff. They were.
Sorry, I got distracted. The suggestions for what we're gonna do next break have now they started flooding in on Discord.
Can I transition us with
yes.
my dose of cynicism?
Yeah.
So, Israel Premier Tech, insert pregnant pause here. Their website and social media have gone offline from Saturday, and presumably will reactivate once their new rebrand is revealed. This cut with the past, as if no one will remember. So I'm excited to see that and the ensuing mess that will result and where that story develops. Professionally, I'm excited for that. We also got the news from the account that posted, sort of goodbye.
Yeah, but then deleted it. It's really annoying.
Said goodbye to, I don't know, that branding and goodbye to the departing riders, including Chris Froome. So confirmed he won't have a new contract, which is not very surprising. But then you had to have a screenshot of the news, otherwise all the links were just like, this Instagram post doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So Froome officially on the market publicly for 2026.
Should we pick him up?
I would love that.
On the on the IPT news and the website and all that going dark. At first I was thinking, why? What on earth is the reasoning for this? And because it is just a bit annoying, and because we know they still exist, and we know that they're going to reactivate all the existing pages, unless they're kind of a bit dumb. Although with that team I could see why that team would start from scratch.
Yeah.
However, I with a few more hours of pondering the subject, I guess the reason to go dark is because Premier Tech and Israel, now they are complete. They don't want any relationship with that, so they just want everyone to forget that they exist for a couple of weeks, and then suddenly they'll be, I don't know, Swiss Cheese United or whatever they're going to be when they do relaunch.
Swiss Cheese United.
That is great.
Should we? Is that what we should refer to them as until we get a new name? Swiss Cheese United. Okay,
before we can start poking holes in their new rebrand.
Way.
Well, Swiss license, right?
That's
one of the things that's been discussed. Swiss license from 2026, which why not? Neutral.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very obviously very neutral, but it's also, I think, and I may be misremembering this slightly, but I think it's kind of a default for the UCI now. If you're scrambling for somewhere to base yourself. I mean, I had a little dig into this, and because I seem to remember that there has been a fairly recent precedent for changing to a Swiss license for no real apparent reason. But Katusha, when they joined forces with Alpecin in 2017, they changed from a Russian to a Swiss contract, and they were able to do that because Alpecin's headquarters are based in Geneva. So I guess essentially they are literally going to have a company with Swiss headquarters as a title sponsor, or it's just a kind of, Canada don't want them anymore. So we'll give you an Aigle license. Maybe they'll be UCI United.
It's probably just I think it's probably just easier, and there's probably tax implications of some kind. Like there's a reason why all these sports organizations are there, right? Like it just there's a bunch of I don't know enough about the Swiss sort of tax situation, but there's a reason why FIFA's there and cycling is there, and like you go in that little valley that Aigle is in, and there's like half a dozen others that
it's like the kind of Silicon Valley of sport organizations.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely all good, positive, wholesome reasons as well.
Definitely wholesome. Wholesome. Well, is that?
I'm ready for you to take us into the break. After the break, we'll be talking about the e-cycling, e-world, e-championships.
Ooh.
Oh, big time.
If the
Big
Lord's
time.
willing and the creek don't rise, we'll be back. Thanks to Joey P for our end of segment.
I think that's from...
Goodbye there.
Wait, say
Yep.
what it was again? What was it
If
again?
the Lord's willing, I feel like I need to throw on a southern accent for this. If the Lord's
Yeah.
willing and the creek don't rise, we'll be back.
I think that's very similar to, I think, how Frank Skinner used to sign off his podcast.
Oh, really?
So maybe it's
Doesn't
from that,
sound
which
very
I
Frank
don't,
Skinner.
which I don't know, but it was weird. It was weird at the. It was like a
Yeah.
funny little weird sign off.
It's a
Maybe
Hank
it's from that.
Williams. Hank Williams Jr. is the.
Then-
It's a song.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he took it from that as well. Okay.
Yeah.
That I can imagine. I think Frank Skinner was a music nut, and Hank
Yeah.
Williams. Yes.
Okay.
That
So-
sounds right.
So keep dropping your. We got a whole bunch more suggestions. I just grabbed the first
There
one
you
that
go.
popped up here.
It's a good one.
If you
Yeah.
are, if you're in Discord with us, or you could like DM me one on Instagram. I'll make a big list and we'll use them and we'll give you a shout out on the
Yeah.
other side. All right, let's get to what's actually in this segment
Yes.
here. Esports Worlds
Yes.
happened over the weekend. If this is what you are into, we do cover this. Chris Schwenker does
we
a
do.
great job covering this for us on Escape. It's very funny to me. There's a certain group of our audience or a certain section of our audience that just does not want to engage with this at all. Like how we have like little thumbs up, thumbs down on the story, right? There's a fair amount of thumbs down on these, but at the same time. There's lots of people that sign up off
Yeah.
of these stories. It's very confusing to me. I appreciate it because it's a world that I don't really engage with or understand. So whenever I read one of Chris's pieces, I always learn something, which I kind of enjoy. And over the weekend, we had the esports e-world championships in real life Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah, it was real life Saudi Arabia.
Real life Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Yes. I want to talk about the men's race, I guess you
Okay.
could call it. Won by Jason Osborne, third time. You could call him the E-Mercs of his virtual generation.
Virtual generation.
The only reason I want to talk about the men's race is because of Lionel Vujasin, who is a Belgian rider with roots in Croatia, which explains the surname. And he nearly didn't make it. He finished sixth eventually at the weekend. But last year he was the runner-up. And there was controversy as to whether he would make it to this year's virtual start line because there was a stipulation that he would have to share his prize money, or a portion of his prize money, I think 40% of it, with his fellow Belgian athletes. And he didn't want to. He took the money for himself, saying like, I want to share it, with my actual personal team and family, the ones who really support me. Because I guess in a virtual cycling, it's not like you're a team that travels around and probably has a huge amount of bonds. Maybe I'm oversimplifying the e-cycling world.
I have a friend who does like a Tuesday night race series.
Yeah.
And he's I think on Discord with a bunch of other sort of
Yeah, fair enough.
like jerseyless sweaty dudes in their basements, and they chat with each other, and
Okay, fine. That sounds
it's a
great.
thing. It's a thing.
I would imagine that is not the case with Vujasin and his teammates, considering he didn't give them the $4,000 of the $10,000 prize. They saved for himself, and then what happened then was that the Belgian national coach or e-coach didn't select him for this year's race as punishment. But then they managed to get him in via a wild card, like the Federation did or something. So all very funny, exactly the right amount of drama to get me slightly interested in, not my bag. We've been clear, but at the same time, you never guess who was at the e-cycling e-world championships. Would you like to have a guess who could be there at the UCI?
Well, I've seen a picture and the run sheet, but I'll,
What? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, jeez. I was gonna say what important person rides around with my whoosh on his butt all year?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Anthony McCrossan.
Good old
probably
Ant McCrossan.
good old Ant. Probably
around.
very, very glad for a bit of November work when there's not much other cycling going on. And then talking to him, we have Tadej Pogacar on the left.
Yep.
My Whoosh ambassador.
Who looks like he's
paying
been
his
lying
salary.
down for most of the day, based on the back of
Yes,
his head.
yes, he does. He's got like a headset on, and then next to him, also in a headset, and an olive green vest over a t-shirt with one button done
Vest?
up. Not vest.
That's a blazer.
A
Like
blazer.
blazer.
Sorry. I'm trying to get my head around this photo in real time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is Peter Sagan.
Yep.
So we have Peter Sagan and Tadej Pogacar doing the sort of Tom Brady, Tony Romo colour commentator role. Tadej Pogacar doing what he's being paid to do, understand the assignment by saying that he doesn't even know if he could, match up against these guys. Which maybe not. It's a
They
different sort of
do
effort,
crazy power.
and they do
Yeah.
crazy power, but yeah, so it is different skill sets. But I'm sure he could.
It wouldn't take
probably-
him much preparation to
Yeah.
compete. Yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, you don't want him to go there and be like, "Yeah, I would absolutely stomp all over these guys."
Yeah, no, true. What I find quite entertaining about this picture is that also coming out of this weekend, and I don't know what context these quotes were given, but Peter Sagan has given an interview, or just maybe he said it in commentary. Who knows? He said cycling is boring now because you know who's going to win 2 hours before the end.
Yeah, he did say that.
Who's to my right?
He's not wrong.
He's not
He's
wrong.
not wrong. But yeah.
Entirely wrong.
So yeah, and Kit, this was one of your items actually. Tadej Pogacar has been wearing his European Champs jersey underneath his Worlds one, which is
I
fun.
don't know if it's underneath it. No, he's just for training.
Oh, instead.
He's been wearing his like a long sleeved European jersey, European national, a long sleeved white pisse jacket with the European colourway
Still the
on
funniest
his.
name.
It's so good, with the European the blue streaks around the midriff in lieu of his rainbow bands to make him just a little bit less noticeable on the roads around Monaco, instead of those delightful, slightly passive-aggressive custom jerseys that he has been pictured in earlier this year.
Is he hoping that people?
It
think
wasn't
he's
really
like Tim
passive
Malia?
aggressive.
No, I know it wasn't, but I think that I don't know if maybe that was the intention, was passive-aggressive. No, leave me alone.
How
He
would
was passive in his aggression.
if you were Tadej Pogacar, how would you hide yourself?
I'd go live somewhere at the top of a mountain instead of in the richest
Like
town.
what could you do clothing? Like you could
Clothing-wise.
Go full like.
Go full fluoro because nobody cool goes
Yeah.
full fluoro.
Or
like
I don't
just
know.
flappy neon yellow
Yeah,
Pearl
yeah.
Izumi jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
fake
No, I
beard
don't
and
think.
moustache.
Just to rewind a little bit, I think fluoro
Yeah.
is important and has its place. But the conversations you overhear
Just
from around
not on
road.
Kit.
No, I do. No, I have one of those horrible no shadows.
Oh
What are
yeah.
they called? The Provis jackets.
Mm.
Yeah, I do. But I just can't imagine Pogacar
It's
wearing
important to be seen. It's
crazy
important to be seen.
bright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think facial hair.
I don't know if he
I
can
think-
though.
No, fake facial
Fake.
hair.
Oh,
Like
fake.
Glue it
so
on.
you could do. Have you ever seen those cat's ears things that you can put on your helmet to stop wind noise?
Oh yeah.
So you could just take those, but then make them into like full
Yeah.
chops, right?
Yeah, like
Then
how
his-
ski and snowboard helmets can have like
Yeah, yeah.
attachments of like Mohicans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad's
Like
got
that.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's classic dad move. That
It really is. His has tentacles that sprout out about a
Yeah.
foot in the air.
of course.
So and then Pogacar's coach.
I'm never
can say,
skiing with you, Kit.
he also wears a kilt.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay. I'm back in.
I can just imagine Pogacar's coach saying, "I want you to work so hard your beard falls off."
Yes.
On whatever the nearest climb is to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You need one that could be like easily taken on and off, so he can when he's out in the mountains by himself, he could kind of like take the beard off and let the face breathe a little bit. But then when he's cruising back through Monaco, trying to be incognito, throw the big chops on, big old glasses.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Okay. For Pogacar, surely the whole you have to wear your team kit when training doesn't apply to him.
Well, you have to wear a sponsor kit. You don't have to wear team kit.
Or
You could just wear pissy all black.
Yeah. Or all neon yellow.
Yeah.
They'd probably make him kit, right? I mean, just like somebody made him that no selfies kit that I didn't like.
That was
you could make him kit.
You can buy that. It is online.
You can.
Yeah.
The pissy kit. Yes. Is there anything else? There's a few other things on this list. Lucinda Brand, 50 consecutive podiums at 36. Much
Well, we can
everyone else is achieved similar.
Go
Is
read
this
the,
just
go look
cyclocross?
at the gallery.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Lucinda Brand, and I would argue that it's even more impressive than what Van der Poel and Vos achieved. Van der Poel reached 66 consecutive podiums, but he did it much younger than, in fact, 10 years younger than, almost 10 years younger than Brand is, and Vos obviously did it too, but starting at the age of 22. But they both did it in 3.5 years, and Brand has got it done in 1 year and 9 months. 50 consecutive CX podiums,
Older as well. I see.
and significantly older. So I think I think that's an awesome stat. She's quite pleased that she's reached a big enough number that people might shut up about it. But I think it's certainly moved the needle this weekend, and it's a big story. It's cool, and she is one of those riders that is easy to root for.
Van der Poel, I think, has revealed, or
No, he
people are
hasn't.
saying, it's just people
It's
assuming.
it's exactly the same as last year when somebody goes and asks Christoph Rudhoft, "When's Van der Poel going to race?" and he says, "Christmas."
Wow.
That was a good.
It's like he's here in the room with us. Okay, so I ate out of the bin on that one, just reading my social media feed. Okay, Kit, question from someone who's not watched an ounce of cyclocross yet this year. How are we shaping up? Is it going to be worth more less ardent fans tuning in at some point? What are the main storylines so far?
Well, I think certainly it's been hard fought, certainly on the men's side, which is obviously going to change around Christmas. Because I mean, every at every race, it's there'll be half a dozen riders still in contention towards the end. They've been exciting. In the women's side, there's a large number who have yet to turn up, including Fem Van Eppel has raced a couple of times, but she's then withdrawn again. She's training in Spain because she's lacking fitness, or not feeling at the level she'd like to be. And then there's the likes of Shirin Van Anrooy, Del Carmen Alvarado, and I'm going to forget some Puck Peters as well. So lots of riders who have yet to start. So it's hard to say really. But Lucinda Brand is flying. There are a couple of other Dutch riders who are proving yet again that Dutch women are absolutely the boss when it comes to cyclocross. And they don't have to be called Marianne Vos, Fem Van Empel, or Lucinda Brand, or Bo Peters. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, and it's harder than ever to watch it. So at least we'll be. Yeah, it is. Especially if you're in Belgium, that they are paywalling individual events, from what I can understand.
Oh.
But yeah, so it's the UCI, I believe, will be putting most of the World Cups on YouTube. So I might be talking about out of my rear there, but you
probably have to VPN into like Guatemala or something, to see it.
But yeah, there'll be stuff
hard.
to watch. No, and there will be good races, and it's bike racing, and they look ridiculous as well. I always find it's just a feat of athleticism. It's not always particularly interesting, but you don't have to focus, and it's only an hour.
Speaking of looking ridiculous. Can I? It's only an hour. What a pitch for cyclocross!
I'm trying to persuade. It's like giving someone a chore on the weekend. Like, it's going to take you an hour. Just come on.
Dear.
Done.
Can I make a suggestion to improve cyclocross?
Please.
So here in town, there's an individual named Chad Cheney in Durango. Visit Durango.org.
Yeah.
There's an individual. Chad Cheney. Wow. You may have heard him before. He's one of the he's founder of Devo, but he's like early in Devo. I think he's one of the founders of Devo.
No relation to Richard, I presume.
Nope, none whatsoever. Anyway, he has sort of invented. I'm sure this has happened elsewhere, but he's made it a thing here in Durango. He calls it tracklocross,
Okay.
and it is cyclocross on fixed gear
Yeah, they do that at Herne Hill.
bikes. Yeah. So it's yeah, like I said, it's happened elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's become a bit of a thing here. He's like spreading it, and now in our week like Saturday cross series that happens here, there's a whole track lacrosse category, and all the like Fort Lewis College kids come out. Kip, who edits our video
Yeah.
for this, I think he's been track lacrossing, I believe.
Wow.
I'd watch that.
It
Maybe,
is
once.
So some of them have brakes, some of them don't. Obviously, fixed gear, you don't necessarily need brakes. You can just slow your feet down if you really want to. But it is chaos because just imagine a cyclocross course, including the mount and dismount part, but on a fixed gear bicycle where the pedals never stop moving.
Yeah.
It's highly entertaining. Mostly they're on flat bars, which has always made more sense to me for cyclocross. I don't like drop bars on dirt is stupid. So the bikes look kind of cool, and the cool thing is you can just go buy an old like steel frame, and a lot of times they'll have room for sort of a 32, 33 mil tire, which is all you can run in cross anyway, and you could build up a cross bike for like $300, $200 kind of thing. So that's my suggestion for cross. I'm not saying that we need to replace cyclocross with track lacrosse. I'm saying that I want like an elite track lacrosse event at the World Cups. I think it'd be fantastic.
The pedals never stop moving is a much better tagline than it's only an hour. But I'm willing to A/B test both to see what the public responds to.
Should we head in after dark?
We should.
I think we should. Do we need to remind people to get merch?
Yeah, we can.
escapecollective.com/merch.
So,
Just gotta make sure that works right now.
I think it was a fella named Lawrence.
Yep.
On the back of our talk of merch, emailed me in a very funny story idea regarding the wider merch and apparel of our cycling industry, which will be coming soon. But it's something that I'd never spotted before, but now it's been pointed out to me. I can't unsee it.
Interesting.
So yes,
Okay.
thank you, Lawrence.
All right.
On the docket for After Dark, we've got things I've added in during the show. Speaking of thumbs up, thumbs down, PJ's in the swimming pool. My bike's arrived, and there is a new cycling documentary coming out that looks like it's a must-watch. And anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well, let's head into After Dark. We'll be back in a jiffy bag.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
That was from Raphael.
Thank you, Raphael. Merci.
We'll see you in After Dark.